Netflix will launch its ad-supported tier in November. Report claims. Daily Mail. According to insider sources, Netflix will launch the new tier on November 1 in multiple countries, including the UK, the US, Canada, France and Germany. Netflix's upcoming ad-supported tier will be launching sooner than anticipated, reports reveal. According to insider sources, Netflix will launch the new tier on November 1 in multiple countries. +9741 Chars. WWE Raw Preview. Sept. 5. 2022. Dominik Mysterio made the biggest mistake of his life. Cageside Seats. Dominik Mysterio will one day regret his terrible decision to betray his father Ray at Clash at the Castle. Here's everything you need to know heading into the September 5 episode of Raw. Raw airs tonight, Sept. 5, with a live show from T-Mobile Center in Kansas City, Missouri. This is the first episode of Raw during the 5-week build towards Extreme Rules, which takes place on Octo. +4318 Chars. Liz Truss vows tax cuts after winning vote to be next British PM. Reuters UK. Liz Truss will become Britain's next Prime Minister after winning a leadership race for the governing Conservative Party on Monday, vowing to press ahead with promised tax cuts and action to tackle a deepening energy and cost of living crisis. London, September 5. Reuters. Liz Truss will become Britain's next Prime Minister after winning a leadership race for the governing Conservative Party on Monday, vowing to press ahead with promised tax. +5825 Chars. Psilocybin as a mental health therapy? Some things to know. The Washington Post. Interest in and use of the drug is growing, but much is unknown. Comment on this story. A few weeks ago, I mentioned to a friend that I was interested in learning more about psychedelics, especially how they might help me with depression and anxiety. That's abroad. +9206 Chars. Stunningly perfect, Einstein ring, captured by James Webb Space Telescope, Space.com. It is our best look yet at these weird gravitationally warped halos of light. NASA's James Webb Space Telescope has snapped a perfect shot of an Einstein ring. The stunning halo is the result of light from a distant galaxy passing through warped space-time, surrounding a knot. +3882 Chars. NFL Playoff Predictions 2022. Which teams make it? Who's in mix for no. 1 pick? The Athletic, projecting the locks and bubble teams to keep competing past Week 18, and those that will be eyeing the top of the draft order. The Athletic's NFL experts are here to make their predictions for which 14 teams they think will make the playoffs this season. Each writer and editor was asked to pick the 7 teams from each conference. +3759 Chars. AMD Ryzen 5760X stock and 5.6 GHz OC CPU benchmarks leak out. On par with Core i9-12900K in single-threaded tests, WCCF Tech. More benchmarks of AMD's Ryzen 5760X CPU at stock and overclocked configurations have leaked out. Over at Bilibili, more benchmarks of AMD's Ryzen 5760X CPU at stock and overclocked configurations have leaked out. Over at Bilibili, AMD Ryzen 5 7600X CPU overclocked up to 5.6 GHz. Benchmarked at both stock and AMP. Plus 4652 chars. British pound falls to lowest level since 1985 as UK economic pain mounts. The Wall Street Journal. Investors see increased odds that the pound will tumble below parity with the dollar. Though sterling was slightly higher after Liz Truss won the race to lead the Conservative Party and become Britain's next Prime Minister. The British pound slid to its lowest level against the US dollar since 1985. A reflection of the UK's dire economic situation. Investors are braced for sterling to weaken even further to a nadir. Plus 377 chars. Chris Rock. Will Smith public apology was a hostage video, The Guardian. In his first at-length comments on the slap, Rock tells an audience in Liverpool that Smith had impersonated a perfect man for 30 years before, revealing he was just as ugly as the rest of us. In his first at-length comments on the slap, Rock tells an audience in Liverpool that Smith had impersonated a perfect man for 30 years before, revealing he was just as ugly as the rest of us. CHR. Plus 1423 chars. 1 dead. 9 missing after floatplane crash in Washington. The Daily Beast. Crews searched through the night but found only one body. 1 person has died and 9 others are missing and feared dead after a floatplane crashed near Washington state's Whidbey Island. The amphibious aircraft was on its way to Renton when it went down on plus 228 chars. The bizarre techniques that could help you lose weight. Daily Mail. For anyone struggling to ditch a dress size, experts claim that there's a plethora of quirky hacks that could be of assistance, such as eating from red and small plates, eating your greens, scrapping takeaways and hitting the gym are the obvious go-to options in the quest to lose weight. But for anyone struggling to ditch a dress size, experts claim that there's AP plus 1290 chars. Jupiter's complex colors revealed in stunning images from NASA's Juno spacecraft. SciTech Daily. NASA's Juno spacecraft observed the complex colors and structure of Jupiter's clouds on July 5, 2022, as it completed its 43rd close flyby of the giant planet. Citizen scientist Bjorn Johnson from Iceland created these 2 images using raw data from the Juno sea. By NASA September 5, 2022. The image was processed to portray the approximate colors that the human eye would see from Juno's vantage point. Credit. Image data. NASA, JPL Caltech, SWRI, MSSS. Image process. Plus 2873 chars. Margaret Court says Serena Williams played in much easier era. The Guardian. Margaret Court has questioned Serena Williams' legacy after the American's apparent retirement from tennis. Margaret Court less than UL greater than Lee greater than Australian has record of 24 major titles to Americans 23 less than Lee greater than Lee greater than Court says. She has been affected by views on same-sex marriage less than Lee greater than UL greater than. Margaret Court has questioned Serena W. Plus 3349 chars. AirPods Max just hit lowest price ever in Labor Day sale. Tom's Guide. AirPods Max slashed $120 at Amazon. Labor Day sales. are really heating up, and Amazon is offering one of our favorite discounts of the season right now. For a limited time, the Apple AirPods Max are on sale for $429 at Amazon. Op. Plus 1985 Chars. Gasoline prices are expected to continue to fall after Labor Day, and some states could see below $3. CNBC. Labor Day marks the end of the summer driving season. While gas prices are elevated, the U.S. avoided the stretch of super high prices that some had feared. A bus driver fills up at a gas station in Brooklyn on August 11, 2022 in New York City. Labor Day marks the end of the summer driving season. While gas prices are elevated, the U.S. avoided the STRI. Plus 5363 Chars. Britney Spears' son missed her wedding because family wasn't invited. Insider. Britney Spears' youngest son Jaden said on 60 Minutes Australia that he thought the public did not know how much Jamie Spears cares about her. Britney Spears' son Jaden James said that he didn't go to his mother's wedding in June because the rest of her family was not invited. Jaden James, 15, is the youngest of Spears' two sons with Kev. Plus 2313 Chars. NFL Playoff Predictions 2022. Which teams make it? Who's in mix for no. 1 pick? The Athletic. Projecting the locks and bubble teams to keep competing past Week 18. And those that will be eyeing the top of the draft order. The Athletic's NFL experts are here to make their predictions for which 14 teams they think will make the playoffs this season. Each writer and editor was asked to pick the 7 teams from each conference. Plus 3759 Chars. A synthetic embryo, made without sperm or egg, could lead to infertility treatments. CNN. What do you get when you mix 3 types of mouse stem cells and put them in the right environment? A synthetic embryo that could help researchers test new drugs, regenerate organs for transplants, and unlock fertility mysteries. According to a new study. Null. Distant worlds with diamond Rain may populate the universe. Scientists say. Science alert. It could be raining diamonds on planets throughout the universe. Scientists suggested Friday. After using common plastic to recreate the strange precipitation believed to form deep inside Uranus and Neptune. It could be raining diamonds on planets throughout the universe. Scientists suggested Friday. After using common plastic to recreate the strange precipitation believed to form deep inside Uranus and plus 3031 Chars. Veteran offensive tackle Jason Peters, 40, agrees to join Dallas Cowboys practice squad. Source says. ESPN. Veteran offensive tackle Jason Peters, 40, has agreed to a deal to join the Dallas Cowboys practice squad. A source told ESPN. Frisco, Texas, the Dallas Cowboys have agreed to a deal with veteran offensive tackle Jason Peters to join their practice squad, according to a source. By signing to the practice squad, it gives P. plus 1755 Chars. Xbox Energy Saver modes could save you up to £5 per month in the UK, The Verge. You could save money by switching power modes on your Xbox console. As price caps on electricity costs go up in the UK and Europe, Switching to a full standby mode on an Xbox may save up to £5 per month. Energy usage on the PS5 and Nintendo Switch is much less. Rising energy costs in the UK and Europe mean it's time to switch modes. Photo by Tom Warren, The Verge. If you're an Xbox owner in the UK or Europe, it might be time to look at what energy mode you'll see. +3073 Chars. EU efforts to control energy costs are like a Ponzi scheme, says former Trump Energy Secretary. CNBC. One of the easiest policy levers is that you can pass a bill, appropriate money and give money to citizens to pay their bills, said Dan Bruillet. Some of the measures that European governments have taken to keep electricity costs down can be described as a Ponzi scheme, said Dan Bruillet, who served as Energy Secretary under the Trump ADEM. +2995 Chars. Who is the Crabfeeder? House of the Dragon's Daniel Scott Smith speaks. Entertainment Weekly News. Yes. That is grayscale on his arm, and yes. That is the mask you think it is. Warning. This article contains spoilers for House of the Dragon Season 1. Episode 3. Second of His Name. Fire and Blood. George R. R. Martin's compendium of Targaryen history that inspired HBO's Ho. +6973 Chars. Suspect charged in abduction of missing Memphis teacher served time for prior kidnapping charge. Court records show. CNN. The man charged in connection with the abduction of a still missing Memphis teacher served prison time for an aggravated kidnapping more than 20 years ago. Court records show. CNN. The man charged in connection with the abduction of a still missing Memphis teacher served prison time for an aggravated kidnapping more than 20 years ago. Court records show. Cleotha, Abston. 3. +3510 Chars. Alisyn Camerota. What I Learned About the Baby Business, More Than 15 Years After Undergoing IVF. CNN. Taking stock of the fertility field. Alisyn Camerota writes, "Many advocates for change said it's high time for our laws and ethics to catch up with our vast advances in technology. I want other families to have the life-changing benefits of fertility treatment." Editor's note. Alisyn Camerota is a CNN anchor and co-host of CNN's Newsroom. The views expressed here are her own. Read more opinion on CNN. CNN Special Report. The Baby Business airs on CNN Monday. S. +5925 Chars. SpaceX launches 51 Starlink satellites and a space tug to orbit. Space.com. It was SpaceX's 40th launch of 2022. SpaceX sent a space tug aloft, along with another big batch of its Starlink Internet satellites on Sunday night, Sept. 4, and landed a rocket on a ship at sea as well. A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket +2530 Chars. Offensive Rookie of the Year? NFL. Check out our other channels. NFL Mundo https www.youtube.com/mundanflnfl Brazil https www.youtube.com/c/NFL Brazil Officialful UK https www.youtube.com/ch null. Rumour. The Mario movie's true title probably won't shock anyone. Nintendo Life. The bros are back in town. Image. Nintendo. It's been a long time since we last heard news of Illumination's Mario movie. After taking the internet by storm with its, shall we say, interesting lead cast, we heard in April that +2147 Chars